Hi guys, welcome to the channel and I hope you are well. I'm a little bit battling with flu, but I hope my voice is enough to capture your attention based on what we are going to discuss. Before we start, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and drop a comment in the channel right there down there. I've received a lot of messages, guys. If you know that we've got a Facebook page, Bucs Tactical Evolution. So I received a lot of messages. They were asking me how the next coach is going to set up his team, consider especially when Oli Santa and Tabitha Sosane, those who have been injured, they come back next season. And it was good questions when I look at them, because now when you look at Nda, when you look at Sasane, you are talking about arguably the most technically gifted center backs at Orlando Pirates, the most intelligent, and then you've got they are press resistant. You know, even when you press them, they can still be able to maneuver out of the press with the ball. You know, so those are the players that you need in modern game, especially for a team that's building from the back like Orlando Pirates. And then you've got Mbeketsile Mbogazi, who has done very well despite starting late in the season due to injuries, and Jose Riviero introduced him, and he has done very well in the left center back position. We saw it first when they played Mamelodi Sundowns. When on the Pirates, they beat Mamelodi Sundowns 2-1 at Loftus, with Mbeketsile Mbogazi playing on the left, and he had battles with Ribeiro Costa, the Brazilian, and he won those battles, you know. And even in the Champions League in the quarterfinals against MC Alger, Orlando Pirates, they went with three center backs, with Mbogazi on the right, CBC and Koki there in that three men at the back, and they've done very well. And it was in that way Orlando Pirates, they were very pragmatic in making sure that they get the result that they need without really playing dominant football, you know, like normally they will do when they play locally. And I think it has worked wonders for Orlando Pirates, because they conceded less goals in one of the teams that conceded less in the CAF Champions League last season. So it's playing with three center backs would be good for Orlando Pirates, because they do have the profile of players who fits the model that Orlando Pirates they are playing. And then the next coach will need to buy himself time when he arrived. Jose Riviero, when he arrived at Pirates, he started by playing with three at the back. You've got Innocent Mayela, you've got Tapelo Koki, you've got I think it was on the right, it was Oli Santa. Now he bought himself time, and as a result, he won the MTN 8. The supporters, he gained the respect and the confidence of the supporters and the management, playing with three at the back, because they were not conceding a lot. Even the final that they won in the first season, when Monapulis Saleng stupendous free kick beat Felimoto there to hand Orlando Pirates the first trophy of the season under Jose Riviero. They won 1-0, but because they were strong at the back, they couldn't concede. You know, and that's one of the things that Orlando Pirates, they did well under Jose Riviero. So the next coach as well will need to gain confidence of the supporters and the management. But then when you look at Oli Santa, when you look at Mbogazi, you look at Tabitha Sosane, it's like, I mean, you have three of the best center backs at Orlando Pirates, and I think they select themselves, and I believe that it will be the foundation for the new coach going into the next season. But one creative player will have to be sacrificed, because then when you play with three at the back, it means you're going to have a double pivot, and then flanked by two flying wing backs. Dion Hotto will be on the right, and then, or rather on the left, and then on the right it remains to be seen. But then when you play with the three at the back, you've got four in midfield, then the variations will take place in the three up top. Whether you are going to play with two inside number 10s, like we've seen Jose Riviero did on his first season when he had Nklondlo and Salim playing behind Lepasa on his first game, or you are going to play 3-4-3, where you are going to have the wide man, your winger stretching the field out wide, and then trying to get your wingbacks maybe inverting into those half spaces. Those are the dynamics, and depends on how the coach would like his team to play. But the simplest way to play is to have those flying wingbacks providing with Otto, Van Rooyen, or Libizo on the right, and then you've got Nkota and Mofokeng cutting inside as they have been doing. But it will always depend during the games on situations. Sometimes one winger will stretch the field, and then one full wing back, especially Bandile Shandu, he likes to cut inside and make those late runs into the box. So those are the things that can happen. But I strongly believe that going to next season, the three center backs will work nicely for the new coach, because you have center backs who can play from the back, even under pressure, those who can progress the ball, those who can find runners in behind with those diagonal balls. And Oli Santa, he brings the height that I strongly believe that Orlando Pirates, they missed it badly, especially against Pyramids in the semi-finals. You know, They missed his height, and then he will bring that height. Sesane will bring the speed, and Mbogazi bring the physicality. So you have players who bring the balance in terms of their characteristics at the back. All of them, they are technically gifted, they are very sound. But when you look at the physical profile, physically in terms of going pound for pound, Mbogazi is strong on the challenges. And then in terms of height, Olisanda is the tallest defender at Orlando Pirates and is very good in the air. But there you need the speed, because when you play with the high line, you need somebody who can turn and chase in behind. Then Thabiso Sesane bring that speed to run to turn and turning speed to turn and chase once the ball is played in behind. With Sipochain expected to play that super keeper role as well, to make sure that all the balls that goes behind these three center backs, he comes out quickly to sweep in behind. And I think if you have these players and you have a keeper like Sipochain at the back, then Orlando Pirates, they are going to have a solid foundation at the back. Dion Hoto will still be running down the left. You still have Libizon Fandro on the other side. Then two number 10s, you can sacrifice Mahongkota. You put him there. You start off Maswangani and Mofokeng, so that it gives you option. By then, hopefully, Moremi will be there. A player like Jibril Sila, a player like Makalo, or even Devin Titus, not forget Daniel Msandami. One of these wingers, some of these wingers could be there to help Orlando Pirates to make sure that they do have enough depth, to make sure that they carry the team and help them to improve from what they did next season. So I strongly believe that having three center backs will be the foundation. The left foot of Mbogazi allows him to play the ball naturally to his left side without having to twist his body, because when you are using a right footer on the left, he's going to twist himself a little bit, shift his hips, and make sure to play the ball across. And that ball can easily be intercepted by a player who's pressing. But when it's played by the left foot, it makes the angle better, and the ball move faster to the left winger, whoever who's be availing himself to the left when the ball is played by left footer. So I think when you have a player like Mbogazi on the left, Nda in the center, Sesane on the right, Orlando Pirates have got a really, really good team that can really concede few goals. And then up top, if Orlando Pirates, they score 2 goals each game, you guarantee that Orlando Pirates, they will win a game, because with these three center backs, Orlando Pirates, they won't concede more than 2 goals. So if you've got 1, you've got 2, they will maybe concede 1, but they will not concede more than 1 goal. So they will defend. And that's something that they've done very well this season. But then it was Sibisi, who sometimes he's not beyond rashness. He can come very strong in tackles, and he lacks timing. Ngosnati Sibisi. Tapelo Tloki is good, but when you compare him to Sesane, when you compare to Nda, when you go to Mbogazi, these three, they are just a level higher in terms of technical quality, intelligence, and anticipation. So I think these 3 guys, they select themselves for next season. Should the coach wish to start with the 3 center backs, they select themselves, and I don't think it's going to be something that will really make the coach to scratch his head a lot. Ngosnati CBC, he has been the captain. Tapelo Tloki, they have been the captains as well, with Innocent Mahela not playing. Then next season also, it remains to be seen who is going to be the captain of Orlando Pirates. But we know that in certain games last season, earlier, especially during the MTN 8, when Orlando Pirates beat Supersport, Olisanda was a captain during that game. So we'll have to wait and see who will be the captain. But as we've seen with Jose Riviero, even if you are a captain, you don't necessarily need to be playing if he has the players who can do better than the captain. Innocent Mahela spent a season on the bench at Orlando Pirates. He played only a few games, but then he was the captain of the team. But that didn't bother Jose Riviero to select the players that he believed that they are the best at that moment. And that is why I believe that even the next coach, even if he was told that Nkosinathi Sibisi is the captain, if he feels like Olisanda, Thabiso Sesane, and Mbogazi, those are a back 3 that he wants to play with, then he will take the armband and give it to Olisanda and continue to play, or Maketlini Makau in the midfield, and continue to play. So this is how I see the next Orlando Pirates coach playing, especially when it comes to the back 3, because I strongly believe that they select themselves. Guys, thank you. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I will see you in the next video. Please don't forget to subscribe and leave your comment down below. Thank you so much.